Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. Today I want to talk about our colleagues, the other VAs that you have in your community. Today's quote is from Helen Keller. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. I've shared this quote before, but it really is a good one, especially when it comes to talking about our colleagues in our community. Together, we can do so much. Let's go. So this isn't an episode where you will learn about mindset or time management or marketing your VA business. Not really, anyway. In this episode, I want to talk about your VA colleagues. A supportive network is vital in any industry, but I really think that having a solid community around you is essential for virtual assistants. Over the years, I've obviously connected with hundreds, maybe even thousands of VAs personally. I have met a lot of VAs at all stages of their business. When I was a VA myself, we used to connect online in forums and attend live events that the associations ran as often as we could. We really wanted to get to know one another. We thought that we were the only ones who understood each other, and that's not wrong. We needed to get to know one another. It's not that it has to be lonely to be a VA, but it often is. I mean, we sit down, we work, nobody's around us because that's a good thing, right? But you're not meant to do everything on your own when you work for yourself and by yourself. You still need community. And I don't really mean surfing the local VA Facebook group for job opportunities. That's not what I mean about community. I mean about it's about connecting with people. How many VAs do you actually know and talk with on a regular basis? That's what I'm talking about. It's the communication, it's the connection. I know for me, one of the best things I ever did was connect with my VA colleagues. They're the only people that truly understand what we do, what we go through on a daily basis, if I may say that, and what working with our clients really is like, or, should be like. I would be nowhere without my VA colleagues, and I want to make sure that you are becoming a solid part of our community too. How do our VA colleagues help each other? Well, emotional support is an obvious one to lead with. It really is the most important. Our VA friends understand the unique challenges that virtual assistants face working with clients, managing multiple clients, handling multiple expectations, work-life balance, peaks and valleys of bringing in clients and moving clients through, all of those kinds of things. All the things we talk about all the time on this podcast. So who do you go to when you have a problem in your VA business? If you don't know the answer to that question right away, you need to be using your community better. Motivation and encouragement are other big pluses that come from your VA colleagues. When you need a boost, you can get that easily. When you need propping up, you can definitely get that. And guess what? You can also give that out to someone else when they need it. Community is about giving and receiving. And when you show up and you get to know your colleagues, you're going to give and receive exactly what you need. To be a really good community member, you need to show up regularly. I love to check in with my communities every morning before I start work. Sometimes I don't say anything, but I do check out what's going on. It's a great way to start the day. If I can give you one piece of advice about showing up, don't just show up on your bad days. Show up on your good ones too, and show up on the bad and good days of other VAs. If you need a jumping off point, celebrate wins with people, yours and theirs. Talk about what's great. That's always a wonderful conversation starter. But check in on the hard days too, yours and theirs. And even brainstorm solutions or ideas every single day. Helping each other is how we all get better. Using your community for everything you do is the key to building a solid one and to being a solid part of a good one, right? Sharing your knowledge and resources can be invaluable to other people, just like it literally goes both ways. You can learn and learn the knowledge and use the resources of others in the group as well. Learning from each other is easy. We ask a question, somebody gives us a resource, but things like tech tips and productivity hacks, your VA colleagues can share their experiences with you, and often that means a shortcut for you. So, yay, that's a win-win, right? These are people that have actually done the thing or used the software. They're the ones you want to talk to. Remember a few episodes we talked about social proof? Well, your social proof can come right from your community, from people you actually know and trust. It's quite awesome. I consider every person who's done something or worked through something to be a valuable resource to my business, and they can be for yours too. In a group like a mastermind, you can even practice things like talking about your rates or doing a discovery call. Role playing is a really easy thing to do in a safe space. You can do it in a free VA group, but usually the more deep stuff you would do like in a private community that you're investing in. Building your confidence in any way you can is so important. I'm always sharing ways for you to do that, but if you're just listening in and then not putting anything into practice, you are probably holding yourself back from this success that you deserve. And it's right at your fingertips. I often hear that the new VAs feel a little uneasy around the veterans because they think they have it all worked out. Sometimes it can feel intimidating to share something that you think maybe you should already know how to do or say, right? But what the key to remember is that we all started right where you are. Whatever you're struggling with right now, there are many, many, many other VAs who have gone through the same thing and made it through to the other side, you know? I remember after having been in business for about 7 years, I went to my first real networking meeting, like in person, and I totally bombed my introduction. People just didn't understand what I did. I stumbled over my words, and I just felt so dumb. If you've done that too, you are my people. But I bombed it for a long time after that, even. I just kept trying to do an elevator pitch, and it didn't make any sense at all. I had written it out. When I read it to myself, it made perfect sense, but it didn't make any sense to the people that I was telling it to. They didn't understand half of the stuff that I had in there, and it just did not make any sense to them. It ended up confusing them and, creating more conversation later on. So I messed that kind of thing up. If you listen to any of my podcasts, you will know that I despise the elevator pitch. And it's probably a little bit because I have some bad memories about how I handled them. But it's also because I've gotten so much better at introducing myself to people without them. I know it's not through the use of an elevator pitch, not even close. And I still hear others trying to introduce themselves to me or to our groups in the same manner that I try to teach them a better way to do it. I hear all kinds of failed elevator pitches, and it doesn't build confidence. It doesn't make you feel good, especially because you're judging yourself more than anybody else is. And if you stumble over the words, all you can think about was, oh my God, that was so crappy. That sounded terrible. It doesn't matter if people say, no, that was really great. If it doesn't feel natural and if it doesn't have a flow to it and if it doesn't initiate conversation with people, it's not going to help you be confident, right? Being around confident, experienced VAs can help you develop your own confidence. And of course, practice with things like that helps too. In fact, I'm doing a little bit of a rebrand for my coaching. Not particularly, it's just more of a focus, I think I want to say. I want to be known as the confidence coach for virtual assistants. It's not a big fancy change. I'm not going to change what I do or anything like that, but I feel that this is what I bring to you in all areas of your business setup, setting and raising your rates, communication, boundaries, niching and specialization, self-promotion and visibility, decision making, handling criticism, managing expectations, all of these things, right? Work life balance and more. I help you do all of these things more confidently. And so getting really clear on what I bring to you and your VA business is really important for me and certainly important in how I introduce myself to people, isn't it? But I digress. Your community can also help you develop confidence like that as a VA. They always say surround yourself with people that you want to be like. And that means getting out of the dungeon of A, being alone, and B, commiserating with struggling VAs. When you show up and complain or ask for advice, even, and the others around you complain also and offer no solutions or not good solutions, then you know it's not the right place for you to be kind of looking for support, right? And yes, sometimes there is a reality check, like me or someone else says, stop doing that and do this instead. But that's a good thing. Even if it feels like it's shining a light on you for doing the wrong thing now, know that it's always coming from a place of, oh man, I remember doing that too. Here's the better way, trust me. And sometimes we just don't say it in that way. Confidence is a tough thing to build on your own. You need to use your community to do it. So, how can we support each other? Accountability groups and partners. I talk about these all the time. I've been working with an accountability partner for many years. I had to go through a few to get to my ride or die, believe me. I had some duds, so keep at it if you're looking for someone to work with. But it is a really good thing to have somebody to call or text or whatever anytime you need some support, advice, or feedback on something. Often a group is a better option. And of course, my monthly mastermind, the Virtual Circle, is the best place that I think you can get that regular accountability. Why would you pay for a group though, right? Because then you really show up and you really use it. You give input and you receive. And I've been a part of free accountability groups, and I just find that they don't offer that same kind of support. It becomes a water cooler, and accountability part of it can slide because we're all busy and it's like, okay, you're fine, next week's different, and that kind of thing. And sometimes we don't even have a regular schedule at the end of all of it. And you can certainly do either, but if you are struggling and you're trying to move forward, then it is often best to join a structured group that you do pay for, because when you have some skin in the game, you put more into it, right? Resource sharing is another way we can help each other. Being able to share tools, templates, tips, and all that kind of thing that you've used before, and giving good feedback about it, and getting the same from others who have used other stuff, can help you create really great systems in your business. Of course, when you join the Virtual Circle, you get access to all of my resources and you get the weekly toolkit. But anything else you need, I often send you anyway. I'm usually very generous with the resources that I have for the people who are working with me. Referrals is also another important way that we can support each other. When you get to know your colleagues, you can refer business to them and they can refer business to you. We all have our own strengths and our services that we offer, and sometimes the people that we come into contact with, whether they're our clients or not, don't need what we do, but we want to help them find somebody great to work with. And being able to share somebody that you know does great work is an awesome feeling. Many of our Virtual Circle members have referred clients to each other over the years. And working together. Maybe you'll even collaborate to do something, or you'll be able to help each other out when you have too much client work, or when, say, you want to go on vacation. Again, it's about having trusted people around you for the advice you share with each other and for the good work that you all do for your clients. In the Virtual Circle, we also do a monthly training, so you're always building your knowledge base as well. This round, or this go of the Virtual Circle, we are talking about growing your business, and everything is based on that. But supporting each other starts with reaching out, and then it continues with showing up and being a part of the group. Let's circle back now to today's quote from Helen Keller. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. You're not meant to do it all yourself. Nobody is. So you have to stop trying to, especially if you're struggling. Find your community and use it. That's how it's supposed to be. I'm going to leave it off here for today, but I want you to think about who you are connecting with every day, like really connecting with. How do you feel every day when you start working? How do you feel during the day when things are tough? Who are you talking to about the tough stuff and about the great stuff, but mostly about the tough stuff? And what do you wish things could look like? If I asked you to reach out to one person to talk about a problem you're having right now, who would that person be? That trusted person. You don't have to go far to find your people. We are right here. I am right here, and I can help. It's time. It's the only reason I'm here at all, is to help you become a ridiculously good VA. But you have to take that first step. I've helped hundreds of VAs who are stuck at moving forward. I offer private coaching and a variety of group and self-study training and coaching programs that help them get to where they want to go. Take your first step to join the Virtual Circle today. Membership starts at just $49 a month, and you will get the support, the training, the resources, and the community that you need for your business. Check it out at yourvamentor.com/TVC, as in the virtual circle, and drop me a message if you want to chat about how to join us. Thank you for tuning in this week. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Ridiculously Good VA Show. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. For more great resources for your VA business, visit my website at yourvamentor.com. I'll see you back here next time.